On. Is it on? Yay. Okay, guys, can you hear me outside? Yeah. Thanks for the thumb. Come in, we're starting the show. It's 8 o'clock. We'd like to be on point. Joey's coming in with his extra tall Tim's. And where's your significant other?
He went to go get me some more drink.
Ah.
My throat gets really raw.
Oh, welcome, ladies. You here to watch the show?
I'm performing.
Great. We have our sign-up sheet over there. Come in. Yeah. Look at this new thing. We have a cordless mic. Is it tracking on? I think so. George, kill the music, please. Okay. Yay, Faye's here. Alfonso's here. We got some new people at the back. You're new.
I'm new and improved.
And improved?
Better than before.
Wow, I'm sold.
Extra strength.
Jeez. Looking forward to you coming on stage. Yeah.
Having a fucking clue, but what the hell?
Who else doesn't have a clue?
I could buy a vowel though.
Oh, how's that vowel? Hey, that's another good vowel to buy. You're new.
Yes.
Are you performing? We'll see.
Yes, no, I will, but we'll see exactly performance or not.
Cool, it will be. Any time on stage is considered a performance. That's what we're all here for. Except what I'm doing. This is called presenting.
I was going to say, stop showboating.
This is just house announcements.
House announcements.
Yes.
The exits are at the rear, the front of the building.
If the stage and building happens to crash, exit to the rear. It won't. Unless your performance bombs. All the pressure's on you guys. We have beef and vegan lentil patties. As you know, they are delicious, gourmet. We have a chef, Jamelia, who makes them. She delivers them every Thursday. $5 for one or 10 for two and a pop. And we have a new item called kofta. Does anyone know what kofta is? I only learned about this today.
He wrote a
You know
book
what
called The Trial.
That's Kafka. Now he sounds delicious. Kofta.
Never had chocolate Kafka with coconut? It's freaking amazing.
This isn't a dessert though. It has beef in it.
It'll metamorphosize you.
Try it. Kofta. It's spelled with an O with 2 dots on top. That's how delicious it is. $6, 12 with a pop. Just so all of you know, and please tell the stragglers, this open mic is live. We're recording and we're streaming directly to YouTube at Center for Talking Arts. Hey, Terry. Sit your ass down. So what that means is when you sign up and perform, you are giving us your consent to use your likeness and images however we see fit to promote our venue. And not to popularize yourself and get well known and established by anyone who finds you entertaining.
So when you win the Oscar, this stream will come up. I remember when.
Yeah, and then we take 95% of your royalties,
Gotcha.
you know. So if you're interested in checking out your set at the end of the show, go on YouTube, Center for Talking Arts, and boom, it'll be there immediately. If you'd like a high quality copy, you can purchase one through our multicam system here, 4 cameras set up, for $10. That's pretty good. Hey, Dante? Mr. Always bring a camera, record it, and never want anything from this high-tech system. Because you're a video man yourself, aren't you? So we're in competition.
It's not just
Oh, we take it very personally, Dante.
It's just business.
Respect your business. We respect your business. Record away. You are free to record yourself in any way you want. You're free to bring in outside food if you like. Just don't blame us if we give you cut-eye. Okay. So we also have these amazing shirts. Famous. Okay. Do you get it? It's a play on words. You got that? You want to be famous?
I want to be a famous.
Or you want to be a Diddy? Or you want to be a...
I mean, I might be Strictly Dickly, but I wouldn't mind being a famous.
Yeah. It's the way to go. Famous. You don't want to do any sexual rituals to be famous. I heard a bunch of people have done that. Okay, guys. Gather around. Oh, you guys are ordering food. Hi, ladies. Are you performing tonight? No. Cool. Please sit anywhere you like. Get ready for an awesome show because all of you are here. Can you come up here and just not give a shit?
Okay.
I'm leading the way. Yay. And for your host, who is the king of not giving shits, at a volume 12, knowing that the dial only goes to about 10, can you guys give a fucking loud round of applause for the big man, Greg Dobroski?
This tonight? Hey, Dexter. Okay. Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? Welcome to tonight's open mic. You guys know how this all works. You sign up, you come up, you do your set. We're all friends and family here, and just enjoy the show. How's everybody been this week? Good? Yes. Lots been going on. There's some of you that... is there anybody who hasn't seen me before? Yes? One? Yeah, all right. There's a few new people. All right, I'll try one of my... I'm from Hamilton. Okay, I do construction. I've been doing construction for quite some time. Anybody know what Hamilton is most famous for? Anybody? Steel, crack, tents. Anything else? What's Hamilton most famous for? Come on, someone's got to know this. The mob.
Mark Short.
Tim Hortons. Did you know Hamilton has the original Tim Hortons? It's on Ottawa Street, right? It isn't the best one. The best one is on Cannon Street. It's further down, okay? Because if you go early in the morning, like I said, I work construction. You go early in the morning, around 6, you'll see a guy there, and he does tricks with his bike. Early in the morning, yes. He'll be there. I pulled up the one day. He's doing his thing with his bike, and he's doing, the whatever, and I'm, whatever. And I guess for the finale, he decided he throws the bike up into the air. The bike went up, and it's twirling. And as it came down, it crashed and sliced his face wide open. I think I just fucked the thing up.
Can you push the button?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nope.
Is it glowing orange?
Yeah. That's why we don't use battery-powered mics.
Push the button. Hold it down.
Test. There we go. All right. Yeah. Then after the bike hit him in the face and sliced his head open, he started to bleed. And then, I guess he decided it was the bike's fault. So he proceeded to beat the shit out of his bike. So now he's beating his bike. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm on my way to work. Now his hand is cut. There's blood on his hand. There's blood on his face. I can't take it anymore. I rolled the window down. I said, buddy, are you okay? Do you know what he said to me?
No.
Fuck you. I said, no, buddy, are you okay? He said, get me a coffee. And I said, okay. And I went around. I got the coffee. And when I came back around, he was sitting with his partner or his friend. And I pulled up. And as I pulled up, he approached my car. And as he approached my car, that's when I slowly drove off and said, no, fuck you. And if you're not from Hamilton, that's how you say hello and goodbye. Right? All right, well, I'm going to try to open this with one hand. Yeah, two hands, I'm sorry. What's going on in the news lately? Pakistan and India are at war. Did you see that? Yes. They launched the missiles. It's all hell's breaking loose. My money is on Pakistan to win because India is delivering my Uber Eats. Yes, that was new. I know. Anybody have a sibling at home? A brother, sister? Yes? Yes, I have a little brother. He's 40. And he's decided that he can be an influencer. You know? A life coach. You ever see them? They're online and they get up early and they record what their day. Gotta get up, get my macros in, blah, blah, blah. And we're gonna go hit the gym and we're gonna do this and all that. And it's just a big, I can't take it. You go into his room and he's got pizza boxes this high, right? He's got jugs, water bottles everywhere. It ain't apple juice in those bottles, let me tell you. I gotta be the one to tell him. Me. I gotta say, look, Mom and I don't want you living with us anymore. You're not a life coach. Life loser. Get your Garfield slippers off the stairs. They're a tripping hazard. And Mom said, your breakfast is getting cold. Anybody married? Married? All right, one person is. All right. That's good. She loves her daytime shows. One of her favorites is The View. You guys ever seen The View? Yeah, that's a good one, right? All the women. Well, they had a young lady on, and she was talking to all the ladies on The View, and she was explaining this story about how she had an OnlyFans, right? She's telling this audience, and the audience, Whoopi and all that. Oh yeah, okay, blah blah blah. And she was saying how she was devastated to find out, she had her list of, I guess the clients were, here, and one of the clients matched her telephone. And so it was somebody she knew, and it was her stepdad. Yeah, right? You're all nobody was disgusted with the idea that she had an OnlyFans, just that a stepdad showed interest in her stepdaughter's business. You know what I mean? Giving her ideas, what to do. Yeah, that bit bombed a little bit. I thought I'd catch you with it, but no. All right. All right, what else do I got here? So, I was out of commission for a little bit. I had a bike accident. I work just not far from I work at the hospital. And on St. Patrick's Day, I was riding my bike. I ride my bike to work because I'm a bit of a dork. And on my way home, it was St. Patrick's Day. There was a guy. He was on the sidewalk. I went off the sidewalk. I was trying to come back. He had his burrito. I went around him, and I was thrown from my bike. The guy with the burrito comes up to me, and he's like, oh, gee, are you okay? I couldn't talk. I was like, oh. Even if I wanted to say no, I couldn't say it. He took that as, hey, I'm going to go in and eat my burrito. It's, you're fine. And that was it. I've been out of commission for 2 weeks. And then not shortly after that, I had people come to visit. My sister came to visit me. She's, a teacher. Teachers in the crowd. Yeah, there's one back there. Yeah. And we don't get along, She likes to talk to me kind of like I'm a student. How are you? And I'm like, oh, okay. She came in and she brought cake and cookies and stuff for me and gave the old, how are you? How you been? How are you feeling? It was nice. It was one of those things that was nice. And then I made the mistake of asking her, how are you doing? right? And then it turned. She's telling me about the kids. They're in dance. They're going to school. We just got a dog. The dog's got to be in the crate at certain times. It was like, oh my God. It was right. All I could think about was getting a burrito. All right. How much time do I got left? Have I done enough? You want me to keep going? Oh, Jesus. All right. What else have we got here? The View. I'll finish with this one, and then we'll bring up our first guest. Anybody hear about the thing that happened in the States? There was anybody work in an office?
Yeah.
Where do you work? I don't know. Do you both work? Okay, sure. Marketing. Okay, that's pretty close. Marketing. So you have like an office where you're there. There's other people. There's like a lunchroom, right? All that sort of stuff. Okay. So in the States, they had an incident where I don't know. Let's say her name was Debbie. Debbie. This isn't funny. This part died at work, right? It was Goldman Sachs in the States. That wasn't the funny. The funny part was dead for 4 days at work. Okay? So, how much of an asshole do you have to be that nobody knows you're dead for 4 days? Think about that. You know, the office cooler, the lunchroom where everybody congregates around there. You're like, did you see Debbie's in already? Yeah, sitting on her. She's wearing the same outfit she had on yesterday. She kind of smells. You know, they brought in grief counselors for, like the staff because they should have brought homicide detectives in for her, right? They know when you change the coffee from Hortons to the cheap shit, right? But they don't know Debbie's been rotting in the corner for the past fucking 4 days. All right. You guys ready for your show? I've wasted enough time here. So am I just handing this mic over to everybody, or should we bring the nightstand? I feel a little... It won't fit? All right. Well, let's pretend that it's going to go in, and then I'll give it to the next person so they can feel like they're actually at a nightclub, which this is. All right, so because if you're new, you come on up. Did anybody else sign up, or is this the first person? First person, okay. This young lady came all the way down from Burlington. She's been a regular at my show 2 months in a row. Really funny lady. She's been doing comedy for exactly 2 shows, both at the Black Bull. I told her to come out here. You're going to just love her. Please give a warm welcome to Miss Valerie Walsh, everybody. Okay, careful.
You're already doing well. Awesome. Good evening, everybody. My name is Valerie, and I work at the YMCA. I hang out with kids. They still, man, the shit they come up with is absolutely priceless. I had one little guy come up to me not that long ago and said, Miss V, I have a penis. I'm like, all right, good to know. Thank you very much. A few minutes later, he comes up to me again and he goes, Miss V, girls have vajayjays. I was like, no shit. Is what I thought. I did not say that because you're not allowed to swear at the YMCA. It's shut the front door. Holy fire truck. It's just a little crazy. I tell you though, coming from Burlington, coming over here, the traffic is insane. You got the 401, the 402, the 407, the QEW, the 403. They're all fours. So in other words, it's going to take you 4 hours to get anywhere if you take one of the highways. And I love when karma comes around. And it literally just happened to me as I came over here tonight. it was backed up, and I'm like, mother, jeez. And you get the asshole that comes and waits till the very last second to get in. I'm like, screw you, I'm not letting you in. He cuts somebody off. I'm like, you rotten son of a... And then all of a sudden, woo! There was a cop 2 cars behind me and pulled him over. There is karma. I loved it. Now, I'm also on a bit of a journey. I've lost 130 pounds. Come on! Come on! Yeah, I got rid of my boyfriend and myself. But going to the gym is kind of a unique experience. You got the guys that walk in like this. I'm here to lift 120 million fucking pounds. I am beautiful. And then they go to lift something, and the guy that's spotting them, they can barely do 100. It's all right, man. I got it for you, man. I got it for you. I'm like, okay, fine. Or there's the ones that lift 200, then they throw it down. Yes! I am man! I'm like, did you start fire too? Like, you're pretty cool. And then you have the girls. The girls are just like, Oh, I'm breaking out in a sweat. Oh, how long have I done this? Oh, how's my lipstick look? Oh, right. Oh, my earbud fell out. Oh, God. Okay, I'm doing well. And then there's me trying to do something, and I'm like, and then you get to know people. My one girlfriend goes, did you just take a shit lifting that weight? I'm like, no, but it sure felt like it. And the change room, you never really quite know where to look. There's the old gals that their hair is perfect. Then they go to the aqua fit. And they've got their perfect little hair done with a scarf and everything. And they're just like this in the water. Oh, yeah, hi, I'm here. No, I don't want to get my hair wet. You're like, okay, cool, I can handle that. But I think karma sometimes really comes up and bite you. Like the guy who when I saw the cop car, I was like, yes! I'm like, okay, fine, life kind of happens, but okay, how am I doing? Am I doing all right? All right, okay, good. So I got 1 or 2 laughs. I can't see shit. These lights are so freaking bright. You will be a comedian now. You must be a comedian. The lights are shining on you. And the brick wall really helps. I'm waiting for the firing squad to come up. You must make people laugh. There's a few other things in life that always make me wonder. Certain words. What exactly is a cunning linguist? I'm not quite sure.
I'm free on Saturday.
Excellent. Well done. The line forms there, ladies. The one thing that I also wondered, and this is just out of pure curiosity, I have friends that are gay, and I'm sorry, I'm not gay. I don't know these things. And I went up to them and I said, how do you figure out who does what and what goes where? And he looked at me and he goes, Val, he says, there's a pitcher and there's a catcher. And I'm like, you're not talking about baseball, are you? And I'm like, no. Anyways, thank you very much, ladies and gents.
Come on, keep it going for Val. That was great. Third time, did a whole 5 minutes. I've seen people come up and go, I'm leaving now, and walk right off halfway through their set. That was awesome. Way to go. Yeah, I was talking earlier about my brother. He does, lives at home. He made his girlfriend cry the other day. I don't know. His girlfriend bought him a birthday present. It was his birthday. And the gift, I guess, he liked it, but he said it wasn't an original. He complained about it to her. Do you know what I mean? And she's like, well, what do you mean? And I said to him, I go, what do you mean? Like, what was it? Are you ready for this? Because He's a little bit of a, dork, lives at home, does all that stuff. It was a replica of the WWF belt, right? And he complained. He said it was a replica, not an original of the WWF. And I said, I know it's not the original because Hulk Hogan has the original. You're not Hulk Hogan. You're an idiot who lives in mom's basement. I seen a video the other day. You ever seen those J-Lo videos? Where she's dancing, she's in the, like the bikini pics and all that, Am I the only one that's kind of done? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, she's 50. It's over, right? We get it. You know what I mean? You've done the singing and dancing. You've done the movies. I can't take it anymore. Fucking how many? She's been married like 20 times. Is it me? Who's it? She was married to Batman, for crying out loud. He left. There's a video of him slamming the door going, fuck, I can't do it anymore. And he walked away. Right? There's movies of her as, what is it? She's like the wedding planner? Yeah. Yeah, was that good? Was it? She falls in love with the billionaire? Isn't there one where she's like a fucking cleaning lady? She's on her knees cleaning toilets and falls in love with the guy. No, it's fucking done. I'm Jenny from the block. I used to have a little. Now I have a lot. We know, bitch. It's done. There really was no joke to that. I was just fucking angry about her. And yeah, right? Anyway. This next act, I got to be honest, didn't know who he was, but heard a lot about him. So he's called Super Nerd? Super Nerd. Okay, let's have a good gander at you, sir. Super Nerd, everybody give him a hand.
Thank you, everyone. Who's ready for some more comedy? You will be disappointed. Wow, these lights are really, really bright. They make me look white. No, they don't. So I am the token Indian comedian for today. They brought me here from the street, actually. Thanks to Trudeau. They're required to have one legally now in one of these. Yes, Trudeau. The boy who so badly wanted to be brown but couldn't be. But no. So, what else do we have here? So, I used to be a closeted brown. I came out 6 months ago, believe it or not, because I thought, damn it, this is 2025. This is Canada. I can be whoever I want, and please applaud at that. And that tells you, ladies and gentlemen, people will applaud at anything, no matter how stupid it is. No. So yes, I am brown. And no, I don't work in IT. Fuck you. And in some point in my life, I have attended a wedding which lasted longer than your last relationship. But yes, I do this now, apparently. And I realized I'm really good at it because look at me, I have bombing written all over me. But not because of the reason you're thinking of. Fuck you! Anyways, you sick fucks. So yes, I'm actually so brown, I actually bargained with the Walmart clerk. One person likes it, I'll take it. I'm actually so brown, my toilet catches fire in the morning. I'm so brown, I drive all the way to Niagara Falls. They refuse me entry at the border because they say you don't pass the smell test. I'm so brown that when I move in, all the white people move out of the neighborhood. I'm the reason your parents are in Hamilton now. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Hamilton. The only city in Canada which makes me feel Brampton is not as big of a shithole as I think it is. The only city in Canada where even the animals ask you for money. Anyways, I shouldn't be judgmental. Anybody had a good time at Mother's Day? Yeah. You sick liars. No, you did not. I didn't give my mom anything. And just before you judge me, I used all that money for something good, therapy. Because of, yes, I have a brown mouth. Actually, I feel sorry for you guys. You guys isn't comedians, not the audience. Audience, I love you, hi. The comedians, you guys have to make up jokes. I have an Indian mom, I don't. She is a treasure of jokes all the time. Okay, what else do I have here? So yes, there's a war going on between India and Pakistan, in case you don't know. We came at the brink of nuclear war up till 3 days ago, and things were so bad, even Trump was saying, you need to stop it. This is no longer funny. He even Putin is saying, this is not good. This is very bad. I mean, Putin lecturing India and Pakistan on war is like Bill Cosby lecturing us on sexual harassment. The groping and the liking and the women, I don't think it really works. Anyways, the world is weird. Now, I don't understand the world. Thor has a pussy. Iron Man is dead. Hulk is a nerd. Like, I don't understand. Transformers are apparently paraplegic. They can't transform anymore. I don't understand. I don't know how we got to a point where common sense and common courtesy are the most rarest things in the world. The only thing we have in abundance is the common cold. And nobody wants that. Okay, that one bombed. Anyways, things are so bad now. You guys are scared of AI? I don't think you should be. Everybody is so lazy where if a Terminator robot comes to your backyard and says, I'm going to take over the world, human, the person is probably going to be like, do I have to move? You're like, not really. Like, oh, go on taking over the world and pass me the remote while you're at it. Like, we are big, fat, and lazy. And I like it. No. And I will end at this. Anybody scared of flying? Fear of flight? Anybody? Yes? I don't have a fear of flight. You know what I have a fear of? Those airplane bathrooms. Have you heard them? When you flush them, the voice is like, it looks like they can suck my balls. My biggest fear now is getting my balls sucked in those airplane toilets. Thank you so much. That was my time.
Come on, give it up for Super Nerd. All right, your next comic wanted me to let you know that you had the token brown guy on stage. Now the token disabled lady is going to come on stage. Please give a warm welcome for Erica Scruff, everybody.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to address it right off the top because I don't want it to be distracting. My skirt is from American Eagle. Yes, and I also, I had the same cancer as Terry Fox. So, yeah, so a little bit about me, about my day today. I'm going to try some stuff. We'll see if it works. I went to the dentist today. Yeah, like I wanted to treat myself to something like really expensive and luxurious, so I went to the dentist. A lot of people are afraid of the dentist. I don't necessarily love going to the dentist, but I wouldn't say it's like a fear of mine, except for when I get the bill, right? But I kind of do wish that I was afraid of the dentist because it's kind of like a low stakes fear. Like you go there twice a year, you might like get your gum cut or something, I don't know. What I'm afraid of is like leaving my house. Like I can think of 100 things that might go wrong if you leave your house. Sorry. Okay, so do we have anybody in a relationship here? You're single? Are you on the apps? Yeah? Okay, cool. Which app? All of them. Nice. Okay, very cool. So I'm actually in a relationship with him. But something like a lot of people like to ask me is if they hear I'm in a relationship, they like to be like, is your boyfriend also disabled? As if we keep it all in the family. Like we all meet on an app called Stumble. Yeah, so I watched a movie today. It was called Nona's. Did anyone else watch it? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So yeah, basically like it was, for me, it was like a really emotional movie. I was like crying the whole time. And I was watching it with my mom, who's also a Nona herself. And I asked her, I was like, at the end, what did you think of it? As I'm like bawling my eyes out. And she's like, it was pretty predictable. And also as I was watching it, I just had this thought in my head. It kept going and I was like, Vince Vaughn is so hot. And I was like, hey, maybe that's a little bit weird. Like, he's a lot older than me. He's, like, aging and whatnot. But I just couldn't stop thinking it. So I actually didn't know if I could trust myself anymore. So I had to Google, is Vince Vaughn hot? Just to confirm with the internet if I was going crazy, if I can still trust my judgment. All right, so I want to tell you guys a little bit about one of my friends that I went to the beach with recently. So my friend, she's a really nice girl, but she's very politically correct. So she tells me that my this leg, I can't just simply call it my leg. I have to call it my prosthesis. And I'm really glad that she corrected me because, of course, I wouldn't want to offend myself. But yeah, we were at the beach and we went swimming and I left my my prosthetic leg on a towel and we went into the water. And while we're swimming, I look over and I see someone has snatched up my leg and starts running away with it. And I look at my friend and I'm like, oh my God, he has my leg, he's stealing my leg. And she looks at me and she touches my leg and she's like, sweetheart, this is your leg and that's your prosthesis. And then he kept running and I never saw my prosthesis again. I was just looking at my boyfriend. He's like stone faced. I'm like, can you at least give me a little something, you know, some positive feedback? And yeah, okay. So I have another. Sorry, I don't have to say that I have another joke because that's why I'm up here. But so has anybody ever seen What Not to Wear? Yeah. Okay, great. So I'm like pretty grateful that it's 2025 because I feel like if it was the early 2000s, I definitely would have been nominated for What Not to Wear. If you guys have not seen the show, how it starts off is like your friends and family nominate you because they think you look like shit. And they also don't respect you enough to tell it to your face. They want to broadcast it on national television. So they hire like a secret film crew to follow you around. And it's like the producer of that show had like a humiliation fetish or something. But yeah, so then they give you a makeover, which is really cool. They'll go through your closet and they'll like pull out your jeans and they'll be like, these are so ugly, I wouldn't even wipe my ass with them. And then they'll like, they'll grab like a blouse. It'll be like a perfectly normal blouse and they'll be like, you wore this in public, you need to be admitted to a mental hospital. And then they put it into like a prop garbage can. And then at the end, they like really proudly announce, they're like, don't worry, these are not actually going in the garbage. We're donating these hideous textiles to your local homeless people. Let me think. I have a friend who recently told me that he wouldn't date somebody if they were missing their leg. I know, yeah. So I was, of course, like a little bit offended by that. But then I came around because I realized that everyone has preferences. I have preferences myself. For example, I would have preferred to have 2 legs and a friend that sees me as a human. Okay, guys, thank you so much.
Come on, keep it going. Excellent job. All right, does this keep going out? For those who are still coming up to perform, you get 5 minutes. At the 4-minute mark, you'll see me wave the light. Basically, that means just finish the joke that you're doing. You got 1 minute left, okay? We're going to keep the party going with this next comic. He's done a bunch of my shows. He started in Hamilton. I haven't had him out to Burlington yet. He's also a school teacher. so he's got lots of stories to tell. Please give a warm welcome for Mr. Matt Flynn, everybody.
Hi, everybody. I came up with a couple throwaway lines. When Greg was up here, he was talking how this town had the first Tim Hortons. I don't know if you know this or not, but Hamilton, Ontario also had the first traffic signal in all of Canada, right down in Main Street, down the street. And I'm reminded of that every time I ask a girl out in this town. I'm like, hey, what's your sign? She's like, stop. So it's been working great for me. That's been fantastic. So I'm a bit of a word nerd. I love words. I always have. One of my favorite types of words are euphemisms. So a euphemism is when you substitute a softer word for something that's going to be a bit offensive, like, excuse me. So for example, somebody passed away rather than they died, or we lost that person or something like this. When I was a gas station attendant on resumes, I'd say that I was a fossil fuel transfer technician. Or if you're on Diddy's defense team, you'd say my client had some pretty memorable late night gatherings, right? So, too soon? Sorry, I guess that joke was touchy. Anyway, thank you, you're charitable. So one of my I'm an old guy, I'm 53, so I'm still getting used to some euphemisms that young people use. And I learned about this site called OnlyFans, and the subscription's pretty cheap. But anyway, and I'm trying to figure out how these young ladies make their money, and they have these interviews that come up on my reel kind of thing, and the lady says, well, I'm an OnlyFans model. And I mean, I was raised in the 80s, the word model has a completely different connotation. So I'm looking at the OnlyFans site, and here's this young lady, and I'm watching the whole thing before makeup and so on. And before she puts her makeup on, it looks like she went bobbing for French fries. And then she puts her makeup on, she gets ready, and she's got a dick in each hand, and she's skiing, and she's got one in the mouth, and she's got one here, and then everybody comes all over her, and she looks like a Jackson Pollock painting. And I don't think that's Gal Gadot. That's not a model. That's not what a model is. Sorry, too far. So another I'm going to tell you a teaching story. I used to teach adult learners. And I had these three guys in the front, and they were always swearing all the time. And I was teaching them English, so F this and F that. And I said, hey, guys, lend me an ear for a second. And these guys, they're mocking me. They're like, oh, yeah, Shakespeare, lend me an ear. Oh, good stuff, Shakespeare, lend me an ear. And I said, all right, you guys have to tell me a sentence with the word ear in it without swearing, or I'll send you down to the office kind of thing. And the first guy, he's not the brightest guy in the world. He grows bangs, but it's just to hide lobotomy scars, right? So, sorry, it's full contact comedy, friends. Stay up, okay? So he says, I listen with my ear. And I'm like, that's pretty good. Yeah, all right, you didn't swear. We're good, all right. The next guy, he's a little smarter than this guy, but he's still a bit of a window licker. So he says, Mr. Flynn, when you talk, it hurts my ear. I'm like, all right, fair enough, you didn't swear. And the third guy, he's pretty clever, and he looks to his left, and he looks to his right, and he goes, ear. Okay, thanks very much, Matt Flynn. Thank you very much.
Right on. You're seeing the confusion with this. We need to get an attachment. Excellent. Keep it going for Mr. Matt Flynn, everybody. All right. Are you ready? We're going to keep this show rolling. We've got only about 100 more of you to come up on stage and do 5 minutes each. Your next comic, he's no stranger to the stage. He's been up here many times. I've seen him at many different places. He's a very funny gentleman. Please give a warm welcome for Mr. Yoel, everybody.
I've never met him in my life. It's a crazy time we live in, guys. Crazy time. Trump's still talking a lot of shit about Canada. You know what I'm saying? He keeps saying Canada has to be the 51st state. And as much as you want that to happen, we can't be the 51st state because they already have one. Israel. They got a fetish for circumcised shit. What can I say? If you guys know what's going on over there, Israel is basically going to war and trying to take all of Palestine because they say that they have the right to it because they were there thousands of years. They were the first ones there, which is a terrible example and a terrible idea if you ask me. That's like saying I have the right to your wife because I took her virginity in high school. I may have been the first, but I was not the best. Plenty of better suitors. But recently I've realized that women have bigger hearts than men, right? Women absolutely have bigger hearts than men. Men are heartless, basically, right? This is why women love watching true crime documentaries. You know, they'll sit there and see a man who's had 30 bodies on his record and they think they can change him. Men are the exact opposite. We see a girl with 30 bodies, we're like, fuck that. It's a hit and run. I think there are too many hoes. Yeah, they're just. We're living in the golden age of hoes, man. It's the golden age right now. People blame technology. I don't think social media has created more hoes. I think it's exposing them. It's giving them the platform to be who they actually are. The hoes they always wanted to be. Your mom wanted to be a hoe. She didn't have the platform. I bet she had her yearbook and that didn't count, right? The only one to looking at that is Joey. That one was for you, Faye. Oh, yeah, man. There's just too many hoes out here, man. There's just too fucking many. That's all I have to say about that. But what I will say, some advice from me. I think it's important to fuck the people you hate. I think it's a very, very important thing. You guys know who Candace Owens is? Yeah, so Candace, she's a far right-wing, like Fox News type of black woman. She just sells black people out all the time, and I really want to fuck her. Oh, you have Google? You have Google? Okay. I was gonna ask if you had OnlyFans, but that's a given. Look at him, huh? His credit card's maxed out, that's why he's got no drinks on his table. You don't got no. It's okay. You can borrow your friend's coupon. But yeah, Candace Owens, man, I really want to fuck her. Okay, I really do. Because I have zero respect for her. And that is the best sex you can ever have. When you have zero respect for somebody, that brings out the animal in you. All right? Let's get too honest, holy shit. All right. The fine line for the best kind of sex you can have is when you have zero respect for somebody, but you also fear the law. All right? And that's because humans need restraints. That's how we become creative, right? All those great positions you love, the pile driver. You gotta take risks in life, man. You gotta take risks. But back to Americans, because I know we love talking about them. They're a weird kind of group of people, aren't they? They talk about themselves. Like back in the day, Americans would brag about how wealthy they were, about how many slaves they owned. Now they can't do that. They brag about how many Mexicans they have working for them. One American guy told me, he's like, I have 30 Mexicans working for, I don't know her. I got 30 Mexicans working for me. I'm like, God, that's like the whole fucking cartel, man. In your fucking backyard, right now, at this given time? Aurora Borealis. Simpsons reference. My mother wants me to get married. All right? Just a random thought. My mom wants me to get married. She says, Joel, you have to find someone. You have to settle down. You have to find someone special. And I didn't have the heart to tell her, but I just said, Mom, I can't get married. Because marriage is a prison. In the way I see it, there's enough black men in prison as is. And that is my set. Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Come on, give it up to Yoel, everybody. That's great. Are you guys warmed up now at least? Yes, you're happy? Yeah. Anybody? Is there any Portuguese in the crowd? Anybody? European, like right from Europe? Any Europeans? Yes? One? All right, well, you're going to get this joke then. My wife's Portuguese, her whole family, like her mother is, right from the island. And, they make fun of me. They call me the white person. Like when if I put, like, let's say they're making pork chops their special way, and I say, oh, we're going to have applesauce with it. They'll be like, oh, my God, you're so white. Like, she'll make fun of me. And there'll be times where my wife, I'll get a little upset with her, and I'll tell her, I go, listen, like, if you don't stop arguing with me, I'm going to tell your mom that you didn't make my lunch yesterday. All right, that one didn't work. Okay, let's get on with the next comic. He'll probably be better than this. You've seen him behind the bar all night, serving you Jamaican patties and drinks and whatnot, and he's better at talking and laughing and making fun. Please give a warm welcome for Mr. George Talarape? Talarape. All right, here you go.
So the biggest threat to religion is not the devil, right? It's because you always hear these stories. It's the devil. He doesn't want you to connect to God. And it's not. It's not the, give me your soul. It's none of that. You know what's the biggest threat to religion? It's fucking Wi-Fi. Because I've been fumbling with religion lately, and not as much as the Tiger Cats, but by the way, I know nothing about football. I just looked up this fact just to fuck with y'all, like. And I've been fumbling with religion, but I've been trying to rediscover it, so I picked up the Bible again, which is a big mistake, obviously. Because I thought Jesus was supposed to be a savior, like a messiah. But the more I read into this guy, the more he feels like a villain. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's always, like, he reads like a James Bond villain. Like, it's all red flags. That's all I'm seeing. Like, he's not the savior. He's the Beyonce of the Bible. You know what I mean? Like, he has main character syndrome. And because these stories, like Jesus, for example, there's this story, he was with his disciples on the mountain, and people were hungry. And you know how people get fussy when they're hungry, right? Like, I'm hungry. I don't want to hear about heaven. I want sushi. So his disciples come to him and say, Lord, Saya. I don't know why they're British, but just bear with me. Like, Lord, Saya, people are hungry. What should we do? And, just like any good chef, the Lord, Jesus Christ, he looks at them and he goes, get me 2 loaves of bread and 3 fish. And his disciples look at each other and go, what the fuck, fuckface? There's like 1,000 people. What are you going to do with that? And he goes, get it. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Because that's Jesus' MO. Why does Jesus do miracles? Is it for miracles? No. It's first, flex. Second, maybe help. So they get him all the fish and the bread, and he's sitting there, and he's like, all right. And he does his, I don't know if he did this before, or he preemptively knew I'm going to get, so he did the cross sign. I don't know. Maybe did one of those, like Macarena. I don't know. Like, I don't know what he did. But the bread started multiplying, and the fish started multiplying. And he was giving everybody fish and bread. Then he became like Oprah. You get a loaf, you get a loaf, you get a loaf. And his disciples were like, cool trick. We're leaving. We've seen enough. We're going to fuck off. We're going to a very far city. Would you like to join us? And the Lord, Jesus Christ, he said, no, you guys go, I'll follow. Which fucking intrigued me. Like, how did none of them have any further questions? Like, how are you gonna follow? You're barefoot in the desert. What are you gonna Uber camel? What the fuck? Like, and then it's because he knew He knew what was gonna happen, and because any opportunity for Jesus to flex, he's gonna take it, right? So he knew what was gonna happen. So he lets them take the boat, and they ride on their merry way. And all of a sudden, a storm hits, and the disciples are petrified. They're like, "Oh my God! Somebody text Moses. We're dying." And all of a sudden, Jesus walks in. Literally walks in. Literally walks on water, flexing. He's like, "Look, motherfuckers, look what I can do." By the way, that was his accent, by the way, because he's fucking Arab. I don't know if you know this. So he's like, "Look, motherfuckers, I'm walking on water. Can you do this? Look, this is how you make miracles." Muhammad, I don't know if they had a Muhammad back then, but he was just like, "Muhammad, look, can you do this? Can you do this?" And Peter was petrified. Right? And he goes, "All right, motherfucker, like, we don't need a Vogue catwalk. Can you please fucking calm the storm?" And Jesus goes, "All right, fussy." Calms the storm. And the disciples were elated. Good word. And so Peter, out of faith, goes, "Lord, if this is you, saith," like that spray, "saith the word, and I shall walk towards you." And Jesus said, "Come, pussy." And so Peter started walking on water. And while he's walking, all of a sudden he remembers, "Holy fuck, I'm human. I'm not a fucking Avenger." So he starts drowning. And Jesus looks at him and goes, "O ye of little faith," which is biblical talk for get fucked, But I thought Jesus was supposed to be nice. But no, Jesus does everything for the plot. Think about it. People are hungry. I'll create a buffet. They'll be trending 2,000 years from now. My friend is drowning and inhaling lake water. I'm gonna fucking size him down before he starts a podcast. Because that's my Lord, Savior of souls, King of kings, Jesus Christ, the psychopath. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep it going. All right. We're going to keep this show rocking and rolling. Your next comic to come up on the stage. He's got the gold around the necklace. He's got the hair that makes you blue skies. He's Joey the Bomb or Joey Bomb. Give it up.
Keep it going for Gregorio, ladies and gentlemen. India shot a bunch of missiles into Pakistan and did like $1 billion worth of improvements. Where's you at? Is Joel here? Because I also really want to fuck Candace Owens. And I'm a racist piece of shit. So that should tell you the power of... anyways. My goal in life is to be a better person. Now, well, don't misunderstand me. Like, do I want to be a big brother? Open a no-kill shelter? No! No, I'm just about improving my attributes. Bumping my stats. My workout is a little different, a little unique. Last week, I watched a marathon of the television show Storage Wars. Set my alarm for 8 o'clock in the morning, and for every 30 minutes, so I would not miss an episode of Storage Wars. Now, I know this is Hamilton, but has anybody in here not seen Storage Wars? Anybody? All just a bunch of degenerates who just watch this shit over and over again? I saw one person. You've never seen Storage Wars? You are the luckiest bastard who ever lived. Storage Wars is objectively the worst show ever. Ever in the history of television. It's a scripted reality show. What the fuck does that even mean, scripted reality? They're trying to kill us, people. They want us to have embolisms by using words like scripted reality. Now, I'm not sure what's worse, the acting or the script. They could hire real actors. They could hire models. They could hire comedians. No, just the most unlikable people you've ever seen. Nobody has ever cheered for anybody on Storage Wars. it just drives me crazy. So, way it works is if you don't pay for your storage bin, I guess they can just sell the shit. So 4 people walk up and it's an auction. Somebody wins, they go over, they open the storage, and they examine their booty. And I'll go, oh, like an old speaker here, that's $200. I guess he knows a lot of suckers, I don't know. Oh, a VHS player, that's $20. Bullshit! Just, fucking want to shoot myself in the head watching this stupid show. And they go on, oh, look, chair, $50. Table, $25. Now, this next moment, this is what the whole show is about. Barry looks into the corner, he sees a box. He opens the box, he looks into the box, and he goes, ooh. Then they cut to a commercial. Now, here as the viewer, you have one of 2 choices. Option A, turn the channel, watch a movie, turn the TV off and go out for a walk, you fat fuck. Play with your kids, for Christ's sakes. You can do anything you want. Everybody seems to take option B, which is to sit through 5 to 7 minutes of commercials so you can see what's in the box. What's in the box? Ooh, Gwyneth Paltrow's head. Sell it as a sex object. $5,000. When I watch Storage Wars, when it comes to the part where Barry says, ooh, I turn off the TV. Yeah, I read a book. Yeah. 8:30 rolls around, I'm watching it again. I watched Storage. I tortured myself all day long, and believe me, it's torture. Right? Like if I chloroformed you, tied you to a chair, made you watch Storage Wars, and at the part where Barry goes, ooh, I turn the TV off, yeah, I would turn you into a serial killer. Yeah, it is torture. And I did that to myself all day long. Now, I'm not calling myself a hero. I'm not calling myself a hero, but do any of you have the personal fortitude to do that? I think not. And that's how I'm becoming a better person than all of you. Thank you, CFTA. Good night.
Come on, give it up for the bomb, everybody. Now, I was going to do one more joke before I introduce your next comic, but it was all on Storage Wars. So instead, I'm going to intro your next comic. This guy, I always love saying this, opened for one of the classic comics of all time. He was in Back to School. Do you know who I'm talking about? You never seen Back to School. All right, well, then. He's been all over the world. He's been into the States. You can see him on TV at Club 54. I love him. You're going to love him. He's here next month hosting all month. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Larry Smith, everybody.
Right on, let's hear it for Greg Dobroski. All right, first of all, I'd like to start off with, how many people here watch Storage Wars? By the way, yeah, I'm hosting all next month, so if you don't laugh at me, if you come to do a set next month, is your life going to be fucking hell? Right on. Yeah, happy May 2-4 to everybody. Happy May 2-4, even though it's on the fucking 19th. That proves we're fucking Canadians. I understand that logic, though, because I'm from Hamilton. If you tell people from other places in this country where the East End is in Hamilton and where Westdale is, and we go, the water is north and the escarpment is fucking south, it's not! If you take out a compass and look, we're fucking making shit up. Because we're from Hamilton. Fuck you. That's a castle. That's a mountain. That's a Red Hill Expressway, even though there's no red hills and nothing moves on that fucking thing. That's right, it's May 2-4, even though it's on the 19th, because we're Canadians and we're a bunch of drunks. It's called May 2-4 because that's how much comes in a case. Technically, it's Victoria Day. It's Queen Victoria's birthday. So I plan on, after the show, going down and taking a piss on her statue. But, yeah, it's her fucking birthday. We're celebrating a woman who's been dead for over 100 years' birthday. It's like, what are we going to do? Dig her up and give her a cake? Blow out the candles, Vicky. No, we're Canadian. We don't give a fuck as long as we get Monday off. You know what I mean? Seriously, think about it. That's why the dumbest holiday we ever fucking came up with was Canada Day. What day will we celebrate it? Maybe on the Monday after a weekend? No. You gotta do it on whatever day it lands on. Like, what the fuck? This summer, I'm gonna have to say to my friends, so, big plans for Long Tuesday? Like, fuck. You know why I really hate May 2-4? Because it's the start of camping season. Yeah, somebody else's parents thought that was a good idea. Yeah, fuck, you already know where I'm going, lady, right? Yeah, mom and dad, ooh, we're all gonna go camping for the weekend. Oh, fuck no. Yeah, I asked my dad once when I was about 9. I'm like, Dad, why do we have to go away for the weekend? And he took me aside very nicely, like any father would say, and he said to me quietly, "Because your mother wants us to do things as a fucking family. So we're gonna do things as a fucking family. Now get in that car." We're all going on holiday. And I'm 59, okay? I'm 59. When we used to get in our car, there was no fucking air conditioning. It was 5 people trapped in a Dodge Aspen station wagon, driving a trailer park in Dunnville. And when you're 9, oh yeah, but fuck, when you're 9, a drive to Dunnville is like, oh my God, we've been at this for days. And I'm 59. When we were in the back of that station wagon, it wasn't like you fucking millennials and you Gen Zs where you had video games and toys to play with and movies to watch. No. You know what you had in the 1970s? You had one Archie's Digest with 3 fucking pages missing to share. That's it. And we used to play a game called Punch Bug. Applaud if you know how to play Punch Bug. Oh, thank God, because I thought the younger generation, it would be, no, it's point at a Volkswagen and say, isn't that nice? We don't need hitting. No, if you don't know how to play Punch Bug, it's real easy. You're in the car. If a Volkswagen Bug drives by, you're allowed to turn to the closest sibling, punch them as hard as you can in the arm, and go, Punch Bug! But say no punchbacks, or they're allowed to knock you right out the fucking window. That's right, if you see a kid hitchhiking on the side of the road with a bruised arm, don't pick him up. He knew the fucking rules. Leave him there. Used to play with my brother, piss him off, eh? Because, I'd hit my brother. Because, seriously, we're playing Punch Bug in the back seat. And my mom and dad are in the front seat. And I want to tell you something. GPS saves marriages. Because I grew up in a generation where we didn't have GPS. You had your mom with a fucking map. Right? My mom would turn to my dad with the map and go, Earl, we're lost. We're lost. We're lost. We're lost. We're lost. What would my dad say? Fuck you. The kids, we're taking a shortcut. My mom's like, a shortcut. Earl, you don't get to Muskoka through Wisconsin. Shut up. There's cheese. The kids like cheese. You know. And then they would get in a fucking argument, right? And my mom would finally say what my dad wanted to hear, but that wasn't good enough for her. Right? My dad would finally turn to my mom and go, all right, Joyce, you're right. I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. I'm fucking stupid. What's my mom say? All I said was. So my mom and dad are divorcing in the front seat. And like I said, we don't behave in the back seat. We're playing Punch Bug, right? I punch my brother, go, Punch Bug. Oh, sorry, Dave. Didn't know that was a Lincoln Continental. So we start beating the shit out of each other. My sister keeps screaming, they're on my part of the seat, you know. And so we're going crazy, and my dad does the first threat that your father does, where he goes, "That's it. If you kids don't knock it off, I'm going to turn this car around and we're going home right now." Well, you know that's bullshit. So you're like, yeah, right, okay. Then my dad starts doing what every dad did back then. Now, this may freak out some of you millennials. I want you to know, childhood wasn't always sweet like you had, okay? You stand on the shoulders of Gen X people. We took abuse for you, you fuckers. Because my dad would try to hit us from the front seat. Remember that? Your dad in the front seat swinging around the back going, "Knock it off back there, you little fuckers. I got you now." You know, my brother's in the middle like a speed bag. Hey, my dad, I'm smart. I'm not dumb. You know where I'm sitting? Right behind Dad, where he can't reach me. I'm hanging my head out the window going, "No, hit me again, fat boy. You swing like a girl." Then he pulled the final threat. He would go, "That's it. If you kids don't knock it off, I'm going to pull this car over to the side of the road and beat the shit out of all three of you." I'm like, he's not pulling over. I'm in the back seat like, "Ooh, I'm shaking. Oh." Then you hear the scariest noise you'll ever hear as a child. The sound of gravel under car tires. Right? Suddenly we hear, and I'm like, "Oh, fuck, we're dead! We're fucking dead!" Oh, I said, "Fuck, now he's gonna beat me harder than everybody else." I said, "Fudge, Dad." I said, "Fudge." I said, "Fudge." My dad goes, "Fine, Larry, stand over there. I'm going to beat the fudge out of you right now." Well, my dad was spare. He would line the three of us up so no kid got hit more than any other kid. He did it by height and age. And he comes over to us. My sister Barb was one of those girls who would hyperventilate. She'd be like, I'm so, I figured no wonder my dad gave her a slap. He probably thought she was stuck. Turns to my brother Dave. My brother Dave starts fucking crying. Dave's just like, "Ah." And then I had this moment. Remember that moment when you were a kid and you were in real shit and you were scared, but instead of crying, you started laughing. Yes, you started laughing hysterically for no reason. I'm like, "Ah!" My dad's like, "Hey, you laughing? I'll give you something to laugh about." Smacks me in the head. I'm crying. I'm like, "Oh." My dad's like, "You crying? I'll give you something to cry about." Well, that's fucking logic, Dad. When I was 9, I cut my finger. I was bleeding. I wasn't going to go tell my dad. I thought it would be like, "Daddy, I'm bleeding." "You bleeding? I'll give you something to bleed about. Give me that axe." Now pick up your arm and go to your room. Now I want to close with this stuff here. At least I'm not a dad. Thank God I'm not a dad. At least I hope I'm not a dad. I'm the only guy I know that people go, "Did you have a good Father's Day?" I go, "It was great. Nobody came by. Nobody called." No, I'm scared because of back in the 90s when I was touring that some guy's going to show up at my door and go, "Hi, you remember when you used to tour North Carolina, Larry? My mama says you owe us checks." So I don't want to be a dad because dads say stupid shit. Okay, like, "Oh yeah, man, you know the stupid shit your dad used to say." My dad used to pull this one, "Get out of my sight!" I'd start walking away. "Where the fuck are you going?" Remember this one too, he'd go, "Just who the hell do you think you are?" I'm like, "What are you, Dad? Senile? I'm your son, Larry." "Come on, Dad." "Larry." Guess that wouldn't work in a Hindu house, eh? "Hasim, just who the hell do you think you are?" "I am one with the universe, Papa. You are me, and I am you, and we are all just living here together. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo." And the thing that really drove me nuts was I know I'm not a dad because I don't have a lazy boy chair connected to my ass. I swear to God, a man as a child, a lazy boy chair opens up out of his ass so he has a place to claim in the living room that nobody else is allowed to sit in. My dad never got out of that chair. He wouldn't even get out of that chair to hit us. He used to call us over and go, "Larry, come here." I said, "Come here." I'd come walking over. "Hey, Dad, what do you want?" "What'd you hit me for?" "Because you came over. You're a fucking idiot." "What'd you think I was going to do? Chase you all over the house? I got a chair connected to my ass, you moron." Before I go, how many people here shared a room with a brother or sister when they were growing up? All right. Now, when your mom and dad some nights turned off that light, was it time to go to sleep? No, it was party time. It was purple, nurple, and noogie time. It was bounce that football up your sleeping brother's head time, right? So one night, me and my brother were up there, we're giggling, we're fucking laughing, having a great time, right? Right? Oh, by the way, another one. We used to drive up north. Sorry, Greg, now I only got one more joke. Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. So, otherwise, the next joke won't work. When we used to drive up north, my dad used to recycle stupid shit to say. Like, I'd have my arm hanging out the car window like he did, and he'd go, "Get your arm in that window." Buddy of mine in high school lost an arm that way. I remember being 9, we were hopping trains by the Center Mall, because that's what you do when you grow up behind the center in Hamilton. You hop trains. It's Saturday, right? Man, I go, "So I'll be hopping those trains. Buddy of mine in high school lost a leg that way." I got to think, what kind of a loser was my dad hanging around with in high school? You know, it's like, "Hey, Earl, wait up, we'll play some baseball." You know. So anyhow, when you're sharing a room with a brother or sister, I remember one night me and my brother were up there, we're excited, we're having a good time, we're purple, nurpling, gotchi, pulling to our heart's content. And then my dad from downstairs goes, "Hey, don't make me come up there." Don't make me come up there. Fuck off. You're not coming up here. We're like, "Oh, I'm shaking." 2 minutes later, we hear the dad alarm. You know the dad alarm? That's the sound of footsteps on the stairs and a lazy boy banging off the hallway walls. So we hear that. My poor brother Dave, he's laughing, he's crying, he's pissing himself. He can't stop. He's like, "Ah!" The minute my dad opens that door, he freezes like a deer in front of headlights, right? My dad opens the door. My dad's like, "Hey, I told you to knock it off up here or there was going to be trouble." My brother Dave's like, "Dad, don't get mad at me. Larry made me laugh." So my dad goes, "Nobody can make you do anything." That's when I rolled over and went, "I made you come up here, fat boy." Thanks for letting me come up here. Have a great weekend, guys. Back to Greg.
Come on, keep it up for the pro, Larry Smith. Okay. Remember, you're going to see him all of June, Larry? All of June. So if you liked him, he'll be hosting and go way over his time as well. All next month. But we love him. All right, your next comic. I've seen him a few times. I had the privilege of hosting the Danger Cats, and he was the opener for the Danger Cats in Hamilton, where they had to do their comedy show in secrecy because they were banned all in Hamilton. Can you believe that? For being really funny comics. And he was your opener, and he's your opener right now. Please give a warm welcome for Mr. Dante, everybody.
Sick. I don't think opening for the Danger Cats is a flex, because every time someone goes to Google it, I'm like, "Hold up." I thought it was kind of fucked up when Val came up here. She's like, "Oh, there's black people. I got to bring my purse on stage with me." One of the other comedians, he was talking about, words and wordplay and stuff like that. I've been thinking about a lot how, the words cinephile and audiophile, for someone that likes movies and music or whatever, right? But both those words are too close to pedophile, So I think we should change it. Or hold on. Yeah, we should change the word from pedophile to kitty ditty. My name is Dante, or as my friends call me, The Weekend If You Never Made It. Growing up, I felt like I was the only black guy that couldn't play basketball, which sucked because I grew up in Milton, where I was the only black guy. This one time, I walked into a sport check, and as soon as I walked through the front door, the lady at the front desk is like, "Sorry, we're out of basketballs." I am here for a badminton racket. So I was saying, you know, I grew up in Milton, right? And in every town, there's that person that like does the thing, and then everyone wants to outdo that person, right? Like maybe some guy, he made it to the league, or some chick, she became some famous artist or something like that. But in Milton, that dude is Chris Hadfield, and he played guitar in space. So like, how do you beat going to space, you know? I think the only way that I could beat that is if I prove that space is fake. Which it is, look it up. Google the firmament. Flat earther, she laughed. Got him. So, you know, I'm trying to become more famous than Chris Hadfield, right? So every once in a while I have to Google my name just to see how famous I've gotten. My full name is Dante Williams. So I'll go on Google, I'll type in my name, Dante Williams, just to see how famous I've gotten. And I had to go all the way to page 36 just to see someone who wasn't shot by the police. Ooh. I did that joke one time, and then after the show, a lady came up to me. She's like, look, it's true, I Googled your name. It just says Dante Williams fires rocket launcher at the police. It wasn't me, I swear. For a day job, I produce podcasts, and I recently started working on this podcast for disability awareness. And, oh, hold on. You should watch the podcast before you cheer. Check it out. We'll stutter blindly. But anyways, this podcast has 3 hosts. One of the hosts is completely blind. The second host, he has a crazy stutter. And the last host, he's in an electric wheelchair, like he's a quadriplegic, right? So we're like 7, 8 episodes in at this time. And in the middle of the recording, the blind guy's like, Dante, I didn't know you're black. I'm like, that's fucked up. You're blind. Everything you see is black. There's nothing more fucked up than, you know, when you go for drinks with the guy that stutters and you find out that he's an attempted racist. You know, like you give him 1, 2 shots or whatever, all of a sudden it's just last week we're recording, and one of the guys was like, can you Google what's the highest someone has fallen out of a plane? So I Googled it. Turns out some Serbian lady in the 70s fell out of a plane 33,333 feet from the air, hit the ground, boom, and survived. Crazy, right? In the article it said, injury sustained, broken ribs, fractured face, missing teeth. Next line, recovery. She was able to walk again in 10 months. And then we all just looked to the guy in the wheelchair. I was like, man, all you did was dove into a pool. In the next line, it said lasting effects. She had a permanent limp for the rest of her life. Dude in the wheelchair is like, man, what I would give to have a limp. All right, that's my time.
All right, come on, give it up for Dante, everybody. Yes. All right, we're nearing the end. We've got a few more classics. This young lady's going to come up. She's a regular here. She does some of the plays. She's a comic. I've seen her at different shows. She didn't want me to introduce her like that. She just wanted me to say, this is Faye, spelled with an E, everybody.
He was doing the intro, and I was like sitting there. I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's me. Whoa. Have you guys seen the Mini Wheats advertisements lately? It's like at the end of it, it's just like mini wheats. There's nothing mini about it. It's very, to me, it seems very sexual. Like it's it's like some guy who's like, you're like, oh hey there, little guy, and he's like, little, and he gets mad and he's like, I don't have a little penis. It's big. My name's Faye with an E. I don't have a penis. Fun fact. I am 5 foot and half of an inch. So that's another way I can relate to men, because that half inch is important. Hey. Shoot. Oh, I have a couple dating app ideas, because we were talking about dating apps earlier. One of them, it's for Sikh people. It's called the Love You Seek. Another one is for like mentally unstable girlies like myself, and it's gonna be called Unhinged. Speaking of mentally unstable, I have something called BPD. I was shocked to find out that does not stand for bomb-ass pussy disorder. I was like, hey, okay, it may not be that, but like it's definitely a comorbidity, as you'd say, Mr. Psychiatrist. Oh, what a guy. What a lovely guy. No, it stands for, does anyone know what it stands for, BPD? Borderline personality disorder. Ding, 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 ding. You got it. At a show, I asked anyone if they knew what it meant, and someone from the back was like, bum-ass penis disorder. And I was like, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. No, it was big penis disorder. Fudge nuggets. Aw, man. Ugh, that sucks. Unlike me. I'm not a vacuum. Not for free, anyway. Toss, toss. I don't know if you guys have noticed. You may not have. You may have, but I'm going to tell you a little secret. I'm fat. It's okay, you can laugh. It's not a bad word. It's fine. It's fine. No, there's actually a lot of perks to being a fat lady. For instance, if I'm at an event and I'm like, man, this sucks, I want to go home, I can just start singing. And then everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's time to leave. Bye. Big brain. Big brain. I have what they have called an apron belly, which means like my tummy hangs down a little bit over my legs. Just another way that the male-dominated patriarchy has put their blah, 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 blah. Yeah. That's one of my favorite things to do is pretend to get mad about stuff at people and make them think they've offended me. They're just like, oh yeah, Faye, could you like go into the kitchen and start the oven? I'm like, oh, because I'm a woman? Really? You male, white, hypocritical, patriarchal asshole! No. Meh. Have you guys seen, there's like a video of a shark getting run into by a killer whale? No? Okay. So for those of you who haven't seen it, all of you, there's a shark that's just swimming along, and it's like, do. It's quite small. And then you just see it like look over its shoulder and do a double take as this like great white shark just like fucking rams it. And that's what it's like being a fat person on the internet. So I'm just like minding my own business. I'm like do. And then like you post something and someone just comments like, you're gonna die before you're 30. I don't know if you know this, but your belly's in your pants. Where's it supposed to go? I see the light, which is what my dad said. Oh, you don't have dead parents, do you? You can tell. You can tell. You can always tell who doesn't, because they're like, oh, and I'm like, no, it's okay, it's funny. It builds character. No, my dad is dead. You can tell by the way I'm dressed. I really miss that motherfucker. And some people, when I say that, they're like, Faye, that's really disrespectful. That's your father? You're deceased father. You can't call him a motherfucker. And I'm like, hey, How do you think this came to be? That man was fucking my mom! Anyway, I've been Faye with an E. Thank you so much.
Faye with an E, everybody. Her dad fucked her mom. And out she came. Yes. All right, this next comic. He's a good friend of mine. We've known each other for quite some time. We've gone to Toronto on shows. Some of his hobbies include hanging out at the high schools with candy bags and whatnot. It's okay. I love him still. He's been doing comedy a long time. Please give a warm welcome for Christian Reimer and his little man.
Greg Dobroski. Thank you very much. I don't know why I'm bringing this over here. It's like, it's my support animal. Where's my support animal? Get up here. There we are. Yay. Thank God.
Well, that just would have been weird. He said, you're a little man. I'm like, what's the little man thing?
Oh, yeah. So, anyways, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do a ventriloquist act. Watch this. Okay. So, how was your day, Bella? Oh, by the way, her name's Bella. Oh, yeah? Yeah, good work. Yeah, I imagine that was a lot of fun. Okay. So, what do you think of the Jews? What? I can't believe you said that. What? In front of these people. Oh, she kills. Mostly squirrels. But all right. Is that it? Do you want to here? Take a seat. Yeah, good girl. Stay. Yeah, good. All right, sit. Okay, that's not the act. I got to do a joke now. I got to make some laughs. Ladies and gentlemen, Ballerina. She's a tiny dancer. No, I'll get close to you. So, my name's Christian Reimer, and I got a day job. I work 70 hours a week for a union, so you guys can have like a 40-hour work week. That's what I do. That's I think it's noble work. I think it's good work. I think people should get benefits, right? I think people should get paid well, right? And I think I need a vacation. I think I need to quit my job because and I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about starting my own business. All right. I haven't thought it out. I got a really good name though, right? Because I'd like to get back in shape. Cause I do a lot of walking, but I'd like to get in shape. Maybe get a bicycle, right? Deliver packages, not like a bike courier or like an Uber Eats guy. I'm thinking like files, right? And the name of my business would be called Pedal Files. It just kind of rolls off the tongue. You're probably saying, oh yeah, being a biker, oh that's a young man's game, and you're right. And if you're interested in investing, meet me by the bathroom. We can talk about this. In finer details is what I'm trying to say. Because I'm trying to work that out. I'm trying to get in shape for a number of reasons. First off, I'm a bachelor. Any single people here? Okay, you've all made good choices, right? Y'all have been to therapy. You're doing okay. You're single? You're single? Well, you two should be fucking. Really? Just... Maybe later. In this economy... In this economy, how can you afford to be single? I'm looking for a situationship right now. Really, a roommate with benefits. So when I quit my day job, I've got benefits. Like I don't want sex. I just want somebody to pay half the rent and give me their benefits. That's where I'm going with this. No, dating is. I don't know how people meet nowadays. I remember, like, I got over. I was on and off in a 9-year relationship, right? And we met in the traditional way at a bar. I was drunk, she was tipsy. She said, "Oh, I can drink you under the table." Well, that's what she said. I called it a blowjob, and the traditional way, right? And it was like love ever since. I was like, oh, this girl's gonna stick around. And then she did. And then I found out we were in an open relationship. Well, she was. one of the biggest challenges I had was trying to figure out the basics of being single again, how to dress myself, right? Like you are clearly you're in a relationship. No, I'm single. You're single, yeah, but you haven't gotten past that how to dress yourself again thing, have you? No. I'll just fuck with you. This is the thing. When I was a young man, right? Like my mom used to buy my clothes, right? And then I got to that point, right, where I started developing my own style, right? I was like, I want to do my own shopping. My mom's like, great, you get a job, you can buy your own clothes, right? And really, what my mom was doing was setting me up for some labor, so I throw some money in for bills and shit like that. And I was like, oh, that's why you had children. That's why I should have had children, right? Like this winter when it was snowing, I was like, fuck, it would have been great to have a 12-year-old right about now, to shovel the sidewalk. It's like, I'm looking for free labor is where I'm at. But anyways, I got figured out some clothing styles and I remember this girl, her name was Corey Sexsmith, right? Oh my God, she was perfect. She had everything I like in a girl. She had hair and eyes, and I didn't care how big her penis was. She was beautiful, is where this is. Anyway, she says, I like your style. And I was like, oh, I like your style. And she goes, oh, you're cute. And I was like, oh, you're cute. And then we're holding hands, right? Remember when holding hands was woohoo? That was first base. Yeah! Now when you date, people open with anal, which used to be the World Series. It's like, what? You don't even, Listen, if you get a chance, try the vagina. It's really exciting. It's might even taste great. I don't know. Less filling is what I'm trying to say. So anyways, Corey, this is in high school. She buys me a sweater on my birthday, right? A birthday sweater. That's kind of nice, right? I was like, oh, that's cool. And then Christmas follows up shortly, right? And she bought me some pants. I was like, wow, that's crazy, man. She got, I got pants and sweater, and I got a combination, right? And then she got me socks. And eventually, I started to discover she was dressing me in a way that no other women would ever want to date me. And I learned at an early age, this becomes an ongoing trend. And then when you get out of the relationship, your closet is in shambles, much like your life is. And you're just trying to piece the pieces together, and you're going, what should I wear outside? Help me. You call her up. Hi, I remember that sweater you gave me. Can I wear that without the memories? No, you can't. You can't. She'll remind you. She'll remind you that your hopes and dreams were destroyed and that, man. Anyways, I'm just working that out. I'm working that out. Thank you very much for being with that. I'll tell you, when my last relationship ended, by the way, we separated. We're amicable. We're good friends. But she, we had a spare room. We had a bed in a spare room. It had a memory foam mattress in it. And she got the memory foam mattress. And we had memories on that mattress. And now she's in a relationship with somebody else, and she's got new memories on that mattress. And I can't help but feel like maybe our memories are having a three-way on that mattress. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Christian Reimer. Keep it up. Greg Dobroski. I can't get this thing in there.
It doesn't go in. Hey, come on, Christian Reimer, everybody, and his little man, Bella. Yes. Yes, did this just kick? Oh, no, we're good. All right, we're getting close to the end. This next comic, Alfonso, this fucking guy. All right, come on up, sir. There wasn't much else written. Is this, you've done comedy a couple times, sir? Once or twice. All right, here, give him another round of applause, everybody, please.
Hello, everyone. So, I start off with a joke. Jokes are like planes on 9/11. Not all of them are gonna land. So, before I start, I just want to say that I mean no disrespect towards Caitlyn Jenner. So first off, I just want to say, I love Caitlyn Jenner, seriously. There is no greater cosmic irony. She's trans, but she's conservative. She's a woman, but she's pro-life. She's a transformer athlete, but she's against trans athletes in women's sports. She voted Trump. Like, before she was a woman, did you know that she had 6 kids? Like, clearly she was doing a pretty good job of being a man. Like, could you imagine if she's waiting for someone to call her out as sir? Like, could you imagine I call her out as sir and she looks at this and goes, "Ha, it is sir." And then she lifts up her dress and realizes that she never got it cut off. No? Okay. Hey, that's why I said, like, jokes are like planes on 9/11. Not all of them are going to land. Anyways, have I ever told you what my greatest fear about doing stand-up comedy is? No. It's that I'm like Joaquin Phoenix's character from The Joker. He goes to comedy clubs, writes shitty jokes, and laughs maniacally like, ah ha ha ha, ah ha ha ha, ah ha ha ha. Okay. Yeah, whatever. You know, if people throw rotten tomatoes, rotten eggs at me, I don't care. That shit washes off. But you know what doesn't wash off? Is embarrassment. That shit stays with you for a while. Kind of like after Caitlyn Jenner hit those people with her car. The only thing she was pro after that is dodging the paparazzi. So does everyone here know what the doomsday clock is? Yeah? Okay, well, anyways, for those of you who don't know, the doomsday clock is a symbolic clock that represents how close we are to nuclear apocalypse. And once the clock hits midnight, the nukes are flying. And that got me thinking, some guy has to go in and manually change those hands on the clock. Like, could you imagine being the guy who has to go in and change the hands to midnight? Like, some guy's just sleeping, he's like, gets a call. Bring, 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 bring. Hello? Hi, Steve. How are you? So the nukes are flying and we're all gonna die, but could you go in and change the hands on the clock to midnight? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, just leave your family behind to face extinction alone. Okay. Oh, and look on the bright side. You don't have to come into work tomorrow because we'll all be dead. Anyways, you've been a great audience. Thank you for humoring me. All right, have a great night, everyone. Take care. And get home safe.
All right, give it up for Alfonso, everybody. Yes. Was it me, or when he was sitting on here, did anybody get the idea he kind of looks like one of those, like a ventriloquist dummy? I almost wanted to come up, put my hand up his shirt and get him, right? But I thought he was pretty good. All right, we've got about 2 or 3 more comics. This young lady, I've seen her before here. She's a lot of laughs. Please give a warm welcome to Annie, everybody. Did I get that right?
Thank you, Greg. So I have been here several times before. I am now running my own show in Brantford. It's the first Thursday of every month at Brandy's. Yeah, girl. Thank you. Some of you may know me by another name. Actually, probably not a lot of people met me prior to changing my name because I think we're all here to do some trauma sharing. It's trauma bonding, and the show is actually called Traumedy Hour. So I went through a bit of a life crisis. I guess maybe it's a midlife crisis. I don't know how long I expect to live. I'm 35. So I changed my name. It was Jen, then Jennifer, then J Flo, then Foisey, because I'm fucking noisy, and that was my last name. And now it's Anastasia. And actually, after I changed my name, my parents did disown me. So that makes LO, or Little Orphan Annie, a more valid rap name. No gas, no grass, cash is running low. No work, what a jerk, didn't want to go. Gotta run for fun on the street because the gym is closed. Needed a tissue before you issue because you freaked out when I blew my nose. Yeah, yeah. You freaked out when I blew my nose. Yeah. So I'm just going to do sit-down comedy for tonight. And if my knees are dirty, it's because I'm 35 and I don't have any kids yet. And, you might do some things that you wouldn't otherwise do for your pets. when you get to be this age and you want children and you don't have them as of yet. So I spent my day on my hands and knees making a catio for my cat. She is called Peekaboo. I met a man outside the other week whose cat's name was Meowface. I'm like, that's pretty apt. I remember a time when I was a Meowface, and my ex-boyfriend actually got pretty pissed off at me. There were a few things I did that irked him a little bit. He accused me of doing blackface because I dressed up as a black cat for Halloween and I had blackface makeup on. But we went to the bar, and there was a table full of Jamaican men outside, and he just made it really awkward. So I just got out of the car and meowed at them, and I said, I'm Justin Trudeau as a cat. Another time, we were in the Dollarama, and he got upset with me because I shouted slave in the aisle, and there was a black person like just on the aisle from us. But like, I was just saying, how did they make this pillow so cheap? And then the thought occurred to me, slaves. So why not? He's the one that made it problematic. Also, if I was on my period, he hated if I said I felt squishy. Because like, onomatopoeia, you can feel the word squishy, squishy. Misery loves company, though, so like every time it's like, oh, is your uterus in a vice for you? I, like Greg, used to live at home with my parents, and I was in my room, which was in the basement, and my mom texted me one night just trying to be polite. I'm coming downstairs, and I texted her back, that's too much information, but while we're on the subject, I just came. Another time, like hanging out with my dad, I'm drinking my coffee in the morning, he's cleaning the windows, and he looks at the Windex bottle and looks at me and says to me, you should spray yourself with Windex, it prevents streaking. I was like, was I just running around streaking on the street as a child? See the light. And he's like, no, if anything, you wore too many clothes. Kind of strange coming from my dad, but if you've seen me before, you've seen me have way too many clothes. I think that's probably actually what he was talking about. Can't throw him under the bus despite him disowning me. My parents, in an effort to make me look crazy, told my brothers that I was living in my car, and I've never lived in my car. Now, it looks like I do sometimes. It's got a bunch of my belongings, and like half the things that I own are in there, and I always have a change of clothes. But I got a real nice place in Tent City. Girl can't sleep in her car. That's my time. I've been L-O-N-E.
Come on, give it up. Yes. Very good. I think this is the first time I've seen her without the big strip act on the last one. Just a quick reminder, we've got an open mic. Well, we have a scheduled show and an open mic just down the road on Sunday, always at Sunday at the Judge and Jury. Yeah. All are welcome. Okay, so if you feel like testing your chops again down the road this weekend, come down on Sunday, 8:30. There's a couple book comics, but all are welcome and all can take the stage. Okay, your next comic. I think it's her first time? Ever in her whole life. Oh my God. Okay, please give a warm welcome to the Mustang of the CFTA, Miss Shelby, everybody.
Thank you. Am I okay? So, like, I've actually never done this before. It's honestly the first time I've actually said that without lying about it. So, okay. So I'm a twin. There's two of us. I'm the first one born, but I like to always think I am the shit. You know? Okay, fuck you guys for not laughing about that. I really don't know what to say right now. Oh, shit. Oh, God. How awkward is this?
You're doing fine. Just
Thanks. Thanks. So, yeah, my mom was a lesbian. Okay. So there's that. Okay. No, seriously though. So I remember this one time, my sister, my twin, yeah, that stupid cunt, born second anyway, forget her. So she just got her period. We're about 12 years old. Yeah, you heard me, laugh about it, honey. Yeah, we're all human. She wasn't wearing my pants, that's what I do, so I'm still waiting for mine. Okay. So we're driving down the road, she just got her period, and my brother says, Mom, what's a period? And then my mother explains to my little brother what a period is. And next thing you know, we're being pulled over by the police because my brother's freaking out. My stepbrother is driving erratically down the road. And the police pull us over. My brother comes out of the vehicle and they said, what's the problem? My brother told the officer that he's afraid to bleed out of his penis. And so that was the beginning of my puberic moment. You know. Shit happens. A little nervous right now. I don't know why I'm playing with this while talking about puberty, but okay, so. Okay. This is so uncomfortable. Okay. This is the only reason I came up here, because I knew I was going to get clapped at it, but no, I'm just kidding. I seriously have nothing to say. No, okay, help me out here. Okay, yo, Jeremy in the corner? There's no Jeremy in the corner. I'm just fucking around. I'm trying to fucking kill time right now. I don't know what to do. Thank you so much for your time.
That's it. That's it. Great. Give her another hand. Shelby, everybody. Hey, listen. You got up here. You did your bit.
This is my first time.
Yes.
See you next time.
Okay. We'll see you next time. All right. Remember, everybody, tomorrow night we have Right On Right Now at the CFTA. What is it? It's a talking storytelling show?
Yeah, it's like a variety show. So it's poetry, stand-up comedy, storytelling. Starts at 7 o'clock. So if you don't want the pressure of being funny, but want to be yourself, come up and share whatever you like.
There you go, Shelby. You can tell your period story again. I was enjoying it.
My brother wasn't.
Oh, I bet he wasn't. All right, we've come to the conclusion. We have one more person for the night. I'm not sure. Francis, where are you? Is that you, sir? Okay. He's here. He's got a green hat on and a jean jacket, and it's 20 degrees outside. Please give a warm welcome for Francis, everybody.
So I actually I had a really good set, but I can't do it tonight because it goes to another school. So it's actually my second time up here. So I thought for my second time I'll go number 2 and do some poop jokes, as long as those are allowed here.
Yeah.
But basically my body is kind of a machine that turns pants into pooped pants. I think you're lying if you say as an adult that you haven't pooped your pants recently. Everyone's 2 years or less, I guarantee it. But really, I say, and other people say, is you poop the pants you want, not the pants you have. So, which is good for me because I aspire to be a soiled underwear model. And after all, a poop in the pant is worth 2 in the butt. And the thing is, if you poop your pants, but you're wearing overalls, you actually pooped your shirt as well. And there's different kinds of poop. There's everyone knows the poop scale, the different hardness, but there's also people talk about different situations that you poop in. Like when you drink a lot the night before, the next day you get the beer shits. Where I like to call it fecal alcohol syndrome. But anyway, it's not always about poop. Sometimes you just have a little butt sweat. And I like to call that aspirations. Anyway, I have run out of poop jokes. That's my time. Thank you very much.
Keep it going. I like the shit your shirt joke. That was great. That was excellent. All right, you guys have a lot of fun tonight? Yeah. All right, stick around, buy some Jamaican patties. Remember, there's a show tomorrow night, storytelling. You can hang out. And there's also a show down the street on Sunday if you want to go down to the judge and jury. I'm Greg Dobroski. We'll see you next month, everybody. Have a great night.